I am going to speak of 9/11 since today is 9/11. It's our 9th anniversary. I was very touched by it, as all of us were. I had the opportunity to help the Red Cross and go to New York, and I worked with the families of the firefighters who died. I worked the Ground Zero Memorial at the actual bomb site. And it was 2 weeks of hell. It took me 11 months to recuperate. I'm a professional trained trauma responder, and it took everything out of me. But I know what I did there mattered to a lot of people that were widows and widowers. And during the Ground Zero Memorial, it was a cold day. It was actually the end of October. It was the 6th week after the terrorist attack. I went and helped at that memorial, and a monarch butterfly, I was with all the people there landed on my shirt and flaps its wings. This is the end of October in New York, with fumes coming up from the fire and still bellowing in the depths of that basement. And a monarch butterfly landed on my shirt, and nobody was talking, and they hadn't started the service yet. We were all waiting while they did the rehearsal. And literally, it stayed 10 minutes, and the people around with their pictures of their lost loved ones and stuff all started talking and saying what that butterfly meant to them, why it was here, who it represented. And we had a therapy group spontaneously, just in the celebration of this monarch butterfly, spending 10 minutes with us.
Okay, one of the questions I was asked is, where was I on 9/11/2001? If you can believe it, I was called into jury duty that day, and I got up in the morning and didn't really even know what was going on until I got to the waiting area in the jury down in Orange County, and we're sitting in there and the television's on, and suddenly people are sitting around the television, and that's where I got my first bit of news about 9/11. And we sat and watched it as we were waiting for our calls to go in for the jury duty. And being in that kind of a setting was very somber, because we all were kind of speaking our minds, and it was just a very emotional time versus maybe being alone in your living room, and we could really feel it as a group.
I served in the United States Navy, and September 11, 2001, I was in the backfields of Camp Pendleton. I did not even get to see the reality of what was going on until that following Saturday, and that was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was amazing to see all that trauma that happened. It was on for almost a year. I went on deployment, it was December 1st, 2001. And went over to Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, did 2 tours over there, and very proud to say I served in the United States Navy.
I remember I got up early that morning. Of course, it was like, 9, 10 o'clock in New York, and he was in bed, and I heard this. I says, oh my God, I went running in. I said, they bombed New York, they bombed New York. And all I can remember, and they don't show it on television, is people jumping out of these towers from how many stories up, 100 stories up, jumping out and screaming. A boyfriend and girlfriends just holding hands, just falling out, and the fire all over the place. People running, the dirt, the soot. It was just, you just can't imagine anything like that happening here in America. And they don't show those pictures. They don't show those pictures. I mean, they show you what happened afterwards, but they don't show you anything of going on. We saw the airport, where the plane had crashed. We saw that. Yeah, and that it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been that long at all. I mean, time just goes so quickly, just so fast. So enjoy your life while you can enjoy it. Remember, all ages is a number, all weight is a number. And just, the infinite spirit is with you, and whatever you want in the universe is yours for the asking.